they actually properly increased it, and the chart looks a little bit like this. They no give chance. They no give chance at all. They have zero chill. They hantam the thing. It went all the way up. Hello everybody. Yes, I know, I miss you too. Okay, what happened was I met a girl, got married, and now moved to Shenton. Haven't even properly moved in yet. Then after that, the economy like a bit spoiled. Okay, so let's look at that together, okay? Walao eh, it's like cannot work. Malu sia. But let's go. Alright. Okay, so let's talk about the economy. This is a very messy slide, but by the end of this video, likely you will be able to comprehend this a little bit more, okay? So with that being said, let me protect myself first, okay? I show you guys a little bit of disclosure. What this means is that I'm a teacher. I have no responsibility. You fuck up, you're pasa, okay? At the end of the day, do your own due diligence. Okay, next. So, my old econs teacher told me once, okay? If you don't understand anything, draw a graph. What happens is we go back and then we decide what happened in the economy. How come the economy spoiled and do like this? So we need to go back to 2019. Okay, this is when COVID happened. Okay, coronavirus hit, everything got shut down, everything closed. Because everything closed, then the factories cannot operate. Because the factories cannot operate, the factories cannot produce the good, then the other factory, so the cascade continues, the shit show continues. So it's bad. So what happens is, right, supply was affected lah. So supply effectively moves left. At this point of time, we're not trying to be rocket scientists. We cannot crunch the numbers. All these numbers, real or not, we also don't know. But agak we get the concept of it. Okay. So moving on. So you see what happens is supply moves left, and therefore the quantity that they consume decreases as the price increase more. Makes sense? So what happens is supply moves left. This is something that is a little bit more difficult to fix as compared to demand, like flicking a switch, such as the Fed is doing quite recklessly nowadays. So we see that the 2020 supply chain disruption, right, until today still haven't really settled yet. But it started with China first. First kena China, then after that kena US and the rest of the world as we all remember the history books Then what happens is, this is when US want to become hero. US come in. Everybody, we drop the interest rate to 0.05%, and then we print how much money you want. I print. The number come up to be 2.9 trillion. It's quite scary, this fella. Just continue. So what happens is they cut to 0.05. You can see it on the graph over here. Do not believe what I say. Go to the website and verify. Sekali I Photoshop, you don't know. Okay, so over here you see cut to 0.05. Then after that, they printed, and then they printed some more. Now they print all the way until 6.388 trillion. The number very big. You go and use the converter. I use, because this number make me blur. Okay, I go over to the next thing. Then this is the year where records are made. This is where the inflation, right, is record high, and this is proper high. This is like last 25 years don't have kind. The last one is, somebody go and find out and then put in the comments below. Then to move on, okay, what's this slide? Oh, it's the same slide. Salah, wait. Okay, so definitely everybody got a lot of money. So demand shifts right. So what happens? The quantity go back to the original one, to Q0, which is Q2 now. So go up, as you can see, right, the intersection point is where the thing is same, but then the price different. This is when they see inflation. This is 0 to 1 to 2. Then after that got a few more levels after that, but we talk about that later. Okay, then the market doubles in less than 2 years. Double is 214% if I'm not wrong. Somebody verify that. If I wrong, somebody tell me lah. But otherwise, it's okay lah. Anyways, the cost of oil and energy also properly went up. It went up by definitely more than 214% lah. Okay, so what happens is now we face a third problem. This is when the oil and energy price just spiked up because of the war, because of all the sanctions, all the embargoes that are all there. So, and naturally got more supply chain shocks here and there. All the random small one we agak-agak put in and lump together, and then we say that supply shifts left. Okay, so this is when I have a little bit of research to show you guys. You see over here, this is the Federal Reserve press release. This is of 15 June, which is very recently. That's why I need to make this video. The interest rate suddenly boom go up. So they actually increased to their target to between 1.5 to 1.75, which they say that they will not do it so soon. Yeah, they actually properly increased it, and the chart looks a little bit like this. They no give chance. They no give chance at all. They have zero chill. They hantam the thing. It went all the way up. And take a look at this over here. Let me get my pen. Here. Okay, so the committee decide to raise the target rate for the federal funds to 1.5 to 1.75% and anticipate that ongoing increases to the target range will be appropriate. This means that they will continue. They say that the next 3 meetings is 50 to 75 points. Okay, let me clear this. The Fed lays out plan to prune balance sheet by 1.1 trillion a year, which sounds very impressive until you see how much they print, which is 2.9 trillion. You guys know because I did the research. You're welcome. So what happens over here is that the demand actually shifts left. This is because money is now very expensive and then people start saving. What you realize over here is that this is the first time that price has dropped. But you look at the equilibrium point, which is the point that intersect the P4 to Q4. The intersect over there, this means right that the quantity right actually decrease. And when the quantity in this kind of graph decrease, it means the decrease in GDP, which then means it may increase the possibility of a recession. They say that this one is going to be a close one. A lot of people are 50-50 about it. I cannot predict the future, but yeah, I will see how this plays out lah. And that brings us to our current situation. Okay, guys, this one jialat. I don't know how we're gonna get out of this, but okay. First things first, we have the Ukraine war. It is not going to be short. It's going to be a little bit longer, a little bit like a Cold War where wars are fought in proxy, where people help Ukraine to kill Russia, but they are not actually killing. This is very political. That one don't play. Then after that, we talk about the food and energy crisis. You don't have energy, you die. You look at the Sri Lankans later. Later my wife kill me. And then you look at the food shortage. Now food's more and more expensive. Our recent neighbor recently decide to give us back our chicken. Wow. By the way, try Singapore eggs. They're good. And layoffs in tech. Yeah, wow, jialat. You see all these Tesla laying off, the Singapore side, I don't know lah, and because of all these layoffs starting, right, I think this may be a potential trigger to the layoff session, which in the future may increase the number that shows for like in the unemployment data. And because of that, right, I think it may cause a cascading effect, so we gotta watch that also. And then the Sri Lanka case, this is quite jialat lah. Sri Lanka has only enough fuel for about 5 more days. But this is 2 days ago, so rough times ahead, my friends. High inflation and interest rate hike. Yeah, the inflation is record high, but I think that after this doubling of the interest rate, I think it might have a little bit of an overcorrection. Once again, this is I look into my crystal ball, I pray to my Kuan Yin Ma, then she tell me one kind of answer. You all don't take me seriously, okay? The next thing is the consumer sentiment, correct? This one, right, this is, I cannot remember where I found it. That's why I have such a trash, like, fella to copy the balance. I don't know who they are, but I don't think that they are reputable enough for my research. But I just need to disclose. Okay, so they say that 70% of the United States production in 2019, right, is attributed to consumer spending. Okay, so the consumer spending, right, the consumer sentiment needs to be good. If you don't feel good, you don't spend money. Very, very simple. Okay, so you look at the sentiment. Wow, this time jialat. You see, this is the lowest that it has ever been. So 2022 is an exciting time to be alive, yeah. A lot of things happening. Life is not mundane. Okay, and then there is the recession indicator. This is a very reliable indicator. Let me draw for you. Okay, so you see over here. What happened to my pen? Alamak. So you see over here, this portion actually dropped below, and therefore we were in recession. This part dropped a little bit below only, recession. This part dropped a little bit below only, recession. This part dropped a little bit below already, recession. This part dropped a little bit below only, mini recession. This part was recently, this dropped below by 0.05. And this was on April's Fool, so I really hope that somebody played a bad joke lah. But then the next time it come very close was quite recent, June 13. This was 0.03. I was eyeballing this bugger. I couldn't sleep, man. Exciting times. So the few things that I want to pay attention to when I am moving forward. From here, this is very, very crucial, where information is key, correct? Where knowledge is power and we need to get more power, alright? Sometimes you cannot rely on me or anybody to give you these details. So these are quite important to look at. Q2 earnings and report, especially for those companies that you think that should survive. Alright? Then the next thing is you want to look at what the forward guidance is. So like, hey guys, we are still not bankrupt yet. That would be wonderful, you know. Then there is also the FOMC, because these people are very, very fickle-minded right now, because the market always change. And because the market always change, the plan is whatever happens next. It is almost to the point, might as well they go and scrap their forward guidance. Okay, then the next one we want to see, this is the consumers. On this video, I've been talking about the consumers quite a lot, because there may be a consumer-led recession, and this is what I think I know about it. See, the consumer sentiment, as we know, very low already. What's going to follow next? That is the fastest indicator, how you feel about things versus how you spend. You look at the spending. And then the thing is, when you look at the spending, what will happen next? What do you think is going to happen to that chart? It's going to go up or go down. Use your discernment a little bit. Okay. Then after that, there is also the consumer savings. More people, they don't like to save. I don't know. We are Chinese. We like to save. Very scared to die. And then the next thing is the unemployment rates. Remember just now I showed you so many layoffs already, right? But then this one, right, has not shown up yet, right? And once this bugger rears its ugly head, right, I think it may be too late for me to make a video. So this is why there is urgency here. I'm not fully moved in, but I still make video because I missed you too. Alright. So we come to our final thoughts. Okay, remember everybody, please support my business. Okay, I am a mortgage strategist. Okay, so I don't just hantam the rate. I don't tell you fixed, floating or whatsoever. Okay, I tell you what is good for you. I tell you whether you should hold the property. I talk to you about fair value. We can chit chat all day long. That is for me. And then the other final thoughts is don't be sheep. Think for yourself. Okay. Anyway, super nice talking to all of you. Sorry it took so long. Thank you for sticking around.